Hey, it's Mila. Welcome back to my channel. Is this like weirdly close? I don't know. I feel like now, just because I changed my whole entire room, I'm like trying to figure out which little area of my room is like the best for filming. But today we're near my TBR bookshelf. Yes, I literally have a bookshelf just for TBRs because like that's how many I have. I feel like, let's zoom out a tiny little bit. Okay, I saw something yellow and I was like, what the hell is that? My laptop screen's open. I think it's just playing around with colors. So that's what that colorful thing is. But hi, if you're new here, I make everything from like college, lifestyle, and bookish type content. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop playing with my hair. So if that sounds fun, definitely leave a thumbs up and subscribe, because I already have like my plan for 2023. And I can say now I have most of my videos for 2023 like pre-filmed, or I'm in the process of filming them. So I promise you guys are gonna get a video a week. That's like 100% gonna happen, and possibly two, depending on what's going on in my life. I just want to say that I didn't make a wrap up for the month of November because I had only read I think like 4 books in November, and I was like, okay, there's not really a point in making this video. And then I was like, okay, like, you know what, never mind, I'm gonna do it. But then I got sick beginning of December, so I was like, no, just no. So the first 2 books are gonna be what I read in November, and we're gonna start off with Kill Switch by Penelope Douglas. And everyone says that this is their favorite book because it's Damon's redemption arc, and I just want to say that yes, this was amazing because you got to see a whole other side of Damon. Obviously in Hideaway you kind of start seeing, like, you kind of start understanding him more, but in this book, like, you really see how his everything is Winter, and how she was like the only thing he could hold on to during his like entire life. And it's like, it breaks your heart. It just breaks your heart for Damon. I did not like this as much as Hideaway. It's like number 1, and like that's the thing, my favorite guys are Kai and Will. So I don't know how I'm gonna rate Nightfall, but Kill Switch, I rated it, I literally had a book where I wrote down, oh, it's right over here. Okay, so Kill Switch, I rated it 4.5 stars. Obviously can't talk too much about it because it's the 3rd book in a series, but if you don't know, this is the Devil's Night series. And long story short, there are these 4 guys, the 4 horsemen, and one Devil's Night, which is, I'm pretty sure it's like the night before Halloween. On this one Devil's Night, these guys pull a prank, and a girl gets them sent to jail, right? So the whole series starts off when they get out of jail, and this girl kind of has a thing for like one of the guys, and it's like their story. That is book 1. Yeah, these are all like separate romances, but you have to read them in order because they're all connected. There's like a bigger like plot line going on behind this, and it's a really good series. It's the first dark romance series that I ever read, so these characters hold like a soft spot in my heart. But yeah, Kill Switch, it was 4.5 stars. Next, I started a fantasy series. I read I'm almost done the Stalking Jack the Ripper series by Carrie Maniscalco, so I picked up the Kingdom of the Wicked series. I'll just show you the entire series while we're at it. So we have Kingdom of the Wicked, Kingdom of the Curse, and Kingdom of the Feared. So Kingdom of the Wicked, I rated this book 4.25 stars. Kingdom of the Curse, I rated 4 stars. And then Kingdom of the Feared, I rated 3.75 stars. So this series started off super strong. Book 1, I love it. It's basically, you have like ancient Italy. You have a family of witches that have like 2 twin daughters, and the book like starts off where you get to see both girls, and they're both witches. And then one of the girls ends up being murdered, and our main character Emilia is just like trying to find out what happened to her sister, and she accidentally summons one of the princes of hell. It's just like her story trying to find out what happened with her sister. There's like magic. It's so good, and like just the way that Carrie Maniscalco writes, and just like that's the thing, because I even saw it with like Thomas Cresswell. how she writes the guys, I love it. I love the energy. So I really, really like this. I know a lot of people like the first book and are not really fans of like the second and third. Book 2, yeah, it did slow down. Like, it slowed down plot-wise a lot, but you really got to focus on their bond and how they just got to know each other better, how the romance grew. That's what I really, really liked about this. Book 3, I have very, very vague memories of this because I audio this when I had like a 39-degree fever. Yeah, so I don't remember that much, but I know that I love the series. But yeah, also you can tell in the tabs, I feel like I was just zoning in and out of consciousness. I was like, there's literally nothing I can do because going on my phone hurts my head. Watching a movie or a show hurts my head. I cannot read, it hurts my head. Let's like audiobook the books that I'm reading. So I don't know if I'm gonna go back and reread this because I really did like how the series started. But yeah, 100% recommend. And once again, I love Cara Maniscalco's writing. So I read Kingdom of the Wicked in November. Then I read another book before reading Kingdom of the Curse and Kingdom of the Feared, and that was November 9th. I went in expecting, like, that's the thing. I feel like whenever people talk about this, they don't talk about how heavy it is. I was, like, surprised by how heavy this book was. Like, I was not expecting it. Like, it shocked me, and you know how, like, Colleen's covers, they mean something, right? I went online after I finished reading it and I was like, what does this mean? This is traumatic. Like, this is not okay. Like, that's the thing, I can't even look at this book anymore and feel okay because I'm like, this is not okay. Like, no. If you don't know what this means, like, the meaning of her other cover, I looked at it, that was okay. That I liked. This, I'm like, no, you can't do that. But basically, November 9th, I think I'm gonna give a tiny bit more information than what other people give because, once again, I was like really surprised by how heavy it was, and I don't want people to be like super, super, super surprised. But basically, it starts off at a diner, and we have our main characters, Fallon and Ben. So Fallon is talking with her dad, and you find out that she's an actress like her dad, but her career kind of got pushed back a bit because of this like big accident that she was in and that she blames her dad for. She still wants to try to make it as an actress, but her dad is like shutting her down, being like obviously like this thing happened, like you can't be an actress, whatever. And just like, he's not really good vibes, right? Ben overhears, and then he comes and saves her and pretends to be her like fake boyfriend. So they kind of get to like know each other that night, and then they decide that they're gonna meet like every single November 9th at the same place for the next 5 years, and then the story goes from there. Like, I know people don't really mention like the accident that she's been through, but I wanted to mention it because I wasn't expecting that. Like, I'm not gonna say anything else, but go in expecting like heavier than you would expect. Like, I was shocked. This freaking traumatizes me. But November 9, I rated it 4.5 stars. Like, it was so good. The reveal was so just heartbreaking. Like, if you haven't seen, I made a reading vlog where I read it, and I was like literally crying when I was talking to my camera. I'm like, this is not okay. In December, like during the same time that I had my like 39-degree fever, I audioed The Soulmate Equation, and I rated this 3.5 stars. Like, I really like this, but once again, I don't have like that much memory about it because I was like so in and out of consciousness. So I don't know if I'll just like go back and read the second half of this book. Not really sure, but basically what you have is you have these like two friends, and they always go to this cafe, and there's this guy who always comes in. They call him Americano because he always gets an Americano. And then one day, I think like the main character's friend like talks to him, like stops him as he's like walking out, or like dares her friend to talk to him, whatever. And they find out that he's not the head, but he's like one of the founders, I want to say, of this company that basically takes people's DNA and like through DNA and like genes and whatever finds matches for people. And you don't really find that many matches above 90%, but turns out she has a, I want to say 98% match, like the main character has a 98% match with this guy, with Americano, and they start this whole like PR thing to, because this happens like right before the company goes public with something, so it's like a really good like PR thing. So they kind of start like fake dating, and he gets into her life. It's like she's a single mom, so you kind of see how this guy interacts with her kid, and just like overall like really good vibes. Don't really remember that much because once again I was like so like in and out of consciousness, but really good. And it's from Christina Lauren. Then after that I went into like holiday romances. So the first one we have is The Holiday Swap, and this I rated 3.75 stars. I think this was a book of the month book last year, and basically this is like Parent Trap in a way. So you have these, I mean, kind of, not really, kind of. You have these two sisters. One lives in their hometown. Where is the hometown? It doesn't say on the back, but one lives in their hometown and the other one lives in LA. The one in the hometown, Cassie, she works at her parents' bakery. And the one who lives in LA, Charlie, she has her own like cooking show. Like think of those like Netflix cooking shows. She has something like that. Then she actually gets a concussion, so she cannot work because like she loses her sense of taste. She loses her sense of smell and sense of taste, and I was like, girl, you got COVID. Like I feel like no one can read this after what we've been through and be like, and not be like, girl, you got COVID. But yeah, so she calls Cassie. She's like, hey, can we do a little swap? Swap like what we did when we were younger. So Charlie moves to the hometown and she runs the bakery. Cassie moves to LA and she picks up where Charlie left off on the show, and they both meet these guys. It's really cute because you get like, it's like two romance stories in one, and then just whole like family thing at the end. So I really, really liked this. After that I picked up The Holiday Switch, and this I rated 3 stars. I felt like something was missing. It was like very YA, but it was like very cute also at the same time. So you have our main character Lila, and she works at this bookstore. She's planning to get like more hours during the holidays, but then the owner's nephew comes in town because of like something you don't really find out until later, and he's kind of like stealing the hours from her. They don't really get off on a good note, but then the owner of the store asks her to train him, so they get to know each other better, and it's just really cute. So cute holiday romance. After that I read my favorite holiday romance. I don't know if it's as good as in the holidays, because that was like top tier holiday romance, but we have How to Ruin the Holidays, and I rated this 4.25 stars. It's kind of like, I wouldn't say it's like grumpy sunshine, but like low-key kind of grumpy sunshine, but like she's grumpy, he's sunshine, and it's just so cute. So she's a realtor, I want to say, and she's coming to this like small town to buy property for her dad's company, because she's like, okay, if I fix this deal for him, he's gonna give me the office and like the position that I want in the company. So she comes here expecting to stay for like 3 days, just like gnarly talk with the townspeople, just like do business and after leave. But then so many times she runs into the same guy, and it's like super cute because she's staying at an inn, and this guy comes in, and the two ladies who like run the inn, it's like super intense like Christmas decorations, and there's a little bit of like mistletoe on the door. So the first time that they meet, it's like these two ladies like force them to kiss because they're like, it's mistletoe, it's tradition. And then it happens again, and then they keep on like running into each other. They get to know each other, and it's so cute. Like top tier holiday romance. Love it. 4.25 stars. The last holiday romance I read was All I Want for Christmas by Wendy Loggia, and this kind of took like an unexpected twist towards the end, but I still really liked it. I rated it 3.5 stars. So you have this girl again who works at a bookstore, and one day this guy from her school comes in, and she's like, okay, he doesn't seem like the type of guy who'd come to a bookstore, like understandably, right? But he's like, I gotta buy my family like Christmas gifts. So she goes around like showing him, like helping him out, but then he's like, yeah, I don't have any money. And she's like, bruh, like, what? And he's like, I'm gonna come back, I promise. And she's like, yeah, like, whatever. She's like low-key annoyed because she's like, you wasted all my time. So they kind of like, during, like, the story starts off with them gnarly getting along on like the right note. Like, they know each other from school, but different like social groups and whatever. And then she, like, it's just like very holiday vibes. Like, you see her going like skating with her friends or stuff like that, going to like a Christmas tree farm with a guy, there's another guy, and they just, it's like very holiday themed, very wholesome, very cute. And yeah, super cute. 3.5 stars. I read this like fantasy series I've kind of been eyeing since I was like 16, so it's been a while, but I finally picked it up, and that is Red Queen. This took me by surprise, and oh my god, I love it. Like, I love it. I rated this 4 stars. I went in only knowing that there's like silvers and there's reds. So reds are like the poor people in a way, silvers are like the wealthy people, they have powers and stuff like that. Gives off very like Hunger Games vibes in a way, like without the aspect of games, just the whole like setting, I guess. It really reminded me of the Hunger Games, but it was so different, it was so original, and it like, it breaks your heart, but it's so good. And our main character, Mare, she's just such like a strong person. Like, yeah, there's a tiny bit of like romance in this, but that's really not the focus. And you would think, okay, like, it might not be as good because there's not really that much focus on the romance, but no, it was so good. Like, you feel so bad for her. And it's like, there's this one part where it's like, I don't remember the exact words, but it's like a little tiny betrayal, but then that comes full circle and it's like, bam, an even bigger betrayal. And I'm like, no. I'm like, low-key, I kind of saw this coming, but as time progressed, I was like, no, like, the story isn't gonna go this way. But the story went this way, and I'm like, I freaking hate it, but I love it at the same time. It's so good. I don't want to say anything because I went in like completely blind, and I think like that's how you should go in. Again, not really that much romance, but it's so good. Such a strong main character, and like, if you love the Hunger Games, give off very Hunger Games vibes, but it's just so good. I rated this, 4 stars. Next, I did a little reading vlog that you guys are gonna see like soon. I think it's coming out next week. So I started off reading Conclave, and I figured, okay, the Devils and Knights series characters, I just love them so much. Let's pick up the novellas. And I picked this up, and just like, whenever Michael calls Rika his little monster, I'm like, I love. So basically, this takes place between Killswitch and Nightfall. I can't really talk that much about what goes on because it's like a big plot thing in Killswitch, but you just see like all the characters, you get introduced to new characters, and it's actually really heartbreaking because you find out something about Rika, and like, I don't know how they're gonna, like, how Penelope Douglas is gonna bring it up in like Nightfall, because it was like talked about here. I don't know how she's gonna introduce it, and you kind of see Alex's backstory, and it's it was really good. Like, I'm really happy that I picked this up, and I rated this 3.5 stars. Next, I decided to read a thriller because it's been a while, and I picked up A Stranger in the House by Shari Lapina. It wasn't my favorite thriller because I feel like the stakes, like, yeah, okay, the stakes were like really high in a sense that like stalkerish makes you feel uncomfortable, but it wasn't high in the sense that like, okay, people are gonna die. And I feel like I really like the people are gonna die, the ones that really mess with your head, but this just, it didn't do that for me. It didn't really mess with my head. Like, I like the creepiness and like the buildup of like someone's like watching you, someone's in your house, and like you can tell that things have been misplaced because you know your space, but no one believes you. I really like that. It didn't really do that much for me. I still rated 3.5 stars because I really do like Shari Lapina's writing style, but honestly, An Unwanted Guest from her, I liked it so much better than this. I still say you should pick this up. I just, in my personal opinion, wasn't the best book from her that I've read. After that, we have a 5-star, and that is Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. Like, do we see all these tabs? This book is so freaking good. I went in knowing that I was gonna love it. I was like, this is straight up your alley. Like, hockey player, figure skater, college romance. You're gonna love it. I absolutely loved it. So these type of tabs, these are for funny things. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but do you see how many of like the funny tabs are in here? If you loved the off-campus series, if you loved like the deal, the score especially, you're gonna love this. Like, this is literally off campus, but like I don't want to know if it's like funnier, but it's like it's the exact same thing as off campus but done in a completely different way. I love the added like figure skater like side to it, because like I was a figure skater when I was younger, and just like seeing this, I'm like, I love this so much. Like I understood all of her like struggles, and I love how there was no miscommunication at all. They were so just like forward and honest. It was so good. It was so good. So 100% recommend if you haven't read this. And I'm so freaking excited for the next book in the series. 5 stars. Oh my god, I love it. This took me completely by surprise with another 5-star read. I was not expecting this. Like, I went in thinking, okay, this is like cool, this is special, this is like something a tiny bit different. And I kind of been like eyeing this since I was younger. I've had this on my shelf since I was like 17. And that's Illuminae. Did I think I was gonna rate this above a 4.5 star? Absolutely not. But it's just it was so good. And I literally read this in a day. But also, it's not like typical, I don't want to flip to the end, but it's not like a typical like novel type thing. So you'd have like, let's say these like diary entries, which like take up some text. You'd also have these like texts, I guess you could say. You have like emails, little files and stuff like that. Like, imagine a like case file in a way. You have like plans of like ships and stuff like that, so you can read it super fast. It was so good, and it's so beautiful also. Like, it's like the perfect mixture of art and like storytelling. There's like stuff like this, you see, it's like it keeps you so hooked because every page looks so different, and it's just like, I don't know, there's no words to say. I was just so like taken aback. I was not expecting it, but basically this is like sci-fi and like romance. Like, I really like how the romance, like, 'cause like normally in like sci-fi fantasy it's like a subplot, but this one it was like yeah, you had the whole like, okay, we have to like save ourselves from like death and like doom, but the romance helped like drive the story. And then there's like something that goes on at the end, and it broke my heart. I'm like, there's no way. But then my heart was like restored, and I'm like, I love this. There's this girl and this guy. So you have Ezra and Katie, and they live on this planet, but then the planet gets like destroyed, so they get saved by the, what's the company called? But like a company, whatever. Like, that's the good company, then there's like the evil company. They get saved by the same company, but they're on 2 different ships. So they're communicating. Like, one of them goes into the army in a way to defend against like the bad guys, but the other one, she kind of like hides her talent, but she's like super good at like hacking and coding and stuff like that. So she finds like some sus information, and she gets in contact with the guy on the other ship, and they kind of like try to piece together, figure things out. They bring other people into the thing. There's like 2 big plot like story things, and like you would think, okay, it's like 2 things, it's not gonna work out, but it was so good. I can't explain enough how good it was. Like, I went in knowing only sci-fi, space, that's all, and I loved it. It's so freaking good. 5 stars, 100% recommend. Next, a book that I finished last night. It's New Year's Kiss by Lee Matthews. I rated this 4 stars. It's just like a super cute, feel good like New Year's romance. So you have this girl and her sister who gets sent to their grandmother's like resort type thing because their parents are going through something, so they're like, send the kids away so we can deal with it, they can like bond, whatever. And over there she meets this guy called called Christopher. I'm thinking about another book called Chris. You can see here he has like, he broke his like a skiing, and they started talking, and she's like, I want to like live more, basically. I want to like do more things, come out of like my comfort zone, whatever. So they make a little bucket list, and she has to do these 10 things before the New Year's. So she's like getting to know him, she's getting to know other people. It's like friendship, a bit of like romance. So it's like bucket list, and it's such good vibes. And yeah, 4 stars. Gonna be all for today. I feel like this went by so fast, but I'm looking at my mic and I've been talking for like 30 minutes, so I really hope you enjoyed. And this is gonna be the first video of like 2023. That's like so exciting. I just want to take like a minute to thank everyone who subscribed to me this year, who like supported me. In the month of December, I did grow so much, and just like waking up every morning and checking that number and seeing it grow, oh my god, just like, oh my god. So thank you everyone who subscribed. Thank you everyone who's leaving comments. Like, I love talking to you guys. Some of you guys like follow me on Insta and you DM me, and I'm like, you guys are so freaking cute. So I love that. Thank you so much. I'm honestly like so grateful for you guys. Like, you don't understand. I really wanted to bring you a year in review 2022, and I literally sat down today to edit it, and I accidentally deleted the footage, and I'm like, I filmed for an hour. I was talking for 1 hour, and you were telling me that the footage is gone. But yeah, so I can't bring that video out. I mean, like, let me know. I can still like refilm it and bring it out. It's just gonna be in like mid-January, whenever I can like schedule it into my posting schedule. But yeah, it sucks that I couldn't bring that out because I got so into talking. Because honestly, talking to you guys, it's like super therapeutic, and I just love it. So yeah, I'm kind of getting like sappy and like everything, but honestly, like, I'm so grateful for you guys. I'm so grateful for your support and everything. And yeah, I'm like a smaller channel, but honestly, like, over 500 subscribers. Like, now that I'm filming this, like, we're starting the year with almost 530 subscribers, and like, it just blows my mind. So thank you so much. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe. Like, there's no way you sat through that entire conversation when I was like, I'm so grateful, I love you guys, and you don't subscribe. Like, no, get out of here. No, but like, honestly, I really hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, leave a thumbs up if you did. Stay safe, protect your vibe. Happy New Year, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys.